again, I'm giving overview about this history, guys. So history means where developing the Django, who developing, why developing, when developing. Like these all points we need to know, guys. Okay. So where and when developing. First of all, when, guys? Simply. So Django started, guys, in the year 3003. In the year 2003, they started, guys. 2003 they started. Okay. So where means in Lawrence, in the Lawrence Journal World Newspaper Organization, guys. World Newspaper Organization. This is one company, guys. News channel related company. In this company, as an internal project, this is started, guys. This was started as an internal project. Okay. So who started, guys? Who started means Adrian and Simon Wilson, guys. Adrian Alvetica and Simon Wilson. Simon Wilson. These two people, guys, are developers of our Django. So Adrian and Simon Wilson are web application developers in this company. In this company, these two people developing web applications. They started the Django framework, guys, for developing the web applications. For developing the web applications. Okay. So again, guys, in 2005, in 2005, they released to public, guys. They released to public, released to public as an open source, as an open source, guys. As an open source and free, as an open source and free, guys. And free. So and free means no need to pay any amount to any people, any company. Freely we can download this Django framework, Django software we can download, and using this Django software we can develop the applications. Okay. So in 2005 onwards, all the people can easily download and use to developing their own applications. And in the 2008, in 2008, they started their own company, guys. DSF. Adrian and Simon Wilson resigned for this company and they started their own company, which name as Django Django Software Django Software Foundation, guys. Django Software Foundation. Why they started means actually these two people developing web application in this company, guys. Okay, so they are spending more time to developing the applications. But they are not spending more time to developing the Django framework with the new features. That's why they decided we need to spend more time to developing more features for this Django framework. Like they decided and they resigned to that company. They started their own company. So later onwards, guys, full time they spent to developing the more features in the Django framework. Okay, so remember that. And initially, guys, initially 1.0 version they released to public. 1.0 version they released to public, guys. Later, lot of versions came, guys. 2.x there now, 3.x also there. Latest version 3.2 is there. 3.2, 3031, 3.2 like that. Versions updating, guys. Whenever new versions releasing means new features coming, new features coming. Okay. So day to day, lot of advanced features adding because of those all features. So developers getting lot of benefits while developing the applications. Okay, now. So here one important question is why our framework name they taken as Django? Why not other name? Why they taken name as Django? Why not other name? Means so our authors, guys, Adrian and Simon Wilson, loving one famous guitarist person. Okay, so one famous guitarist person there, guys. Guitarist person there. His name Django Reinhardt. Django Reinhardt. So these the two developers, guys, Adrian and Simon Wilson, loving this person is guitarist music. It's guitaring music loving, guys. So that's why they taken our framework name as Django. The framework name as Django. Here D silent, that's why we are calling D Django. Okay. So guys, don't worry. I'm giving again overview. Today some people new one there. Okay. So initial days, no problem, guys. Later topic wise we will discuss clearly. Okay. So now why they decide to developing, guys, first of all Django. Why they decide to developing Django means these the two developers, guys, Adrian and Simon Wilson, developing lot of applications in their company. Okay. For that company purpose, lot of web applications developing. In all applications, lot of same code writing, guys, a lot of duplicate code writing. So for example, this is the application one, guys. So in this application one, so admin site related logics common, guys. Admin site related logics common, and database logics common, guys. Database logics, and authentications common, guys. Authentications means username, password, I mean registrations, login, logout, profiles. These all are common for general applications, guys. Later here, presentation changing, guys. Zomato related developing, Zomato app developing here. Okay, next one more application, guys. One more application name as app2, guys, simply. So here also admin related, admin site related logics common, and the database related logics common, and the authentications also common. And here the Amazon related presentation developing. Okay. So here one more application, last one, just assumption. So app3 there, guys. Here also admin site logics common, and database logics common, and authentications, guys. Authentications logics also common, and here book my show, guys. Book my show related developing. Okay. So these the two developers, Adrian and Simon Wilson, developing like this n number of applications assumption. So in every application, this code common, guys. This code common in every application. Admin management, database related, user authentications related, all are common in every application. So these all lines, guys, almost taking 200 lines assumption, 200 lines. So every time these 200 lines we are writing in every application, and remaining Zomato related, just you are going to be writing 100 lines only. Okay. Again here also, guys, 200 lines you are writing, and Amazon related just 100 lines you are writing. Okay. And here also 200 lines common code you are writing, and book my show related 100 lines unique code you are writing, unique code. Okay. So when they are developing like this n number of applications, so they are getting some burden, they are feeling irritation. Okay. Why means same code, first day they created this one, first application purpose, same code we are using in n number of applications, in a number of applications, like they decided. Okay. They thought like that, guys. So that's why they decided one point, what, no need to write, we don't want to write there's all duplicate code in every application. Code reusability is required. Code reusability we need to be provided, like they thought, guys. Like they thought. Okay. So after that, they factor out all these common features. They factor out all these common features into one particular file, guys. They factor out all these common features into one particular file, and using that file, they developed new applications. They developed new applications. So those applications getting more popularity. Okay. So here can see now, I'm going to be writing here something. So here all these common features there, guys. Admin site related, admin site related, database related, and authentications related, authentications. Okay. All developing here, and this file importing to developing this Zomato, importing to developing Amazon, importing to developing Book My Show. Okay. So in every application, not creating, guys. not creating. So only one time they created these 200 lines, and these 200 lines reusing in all our applications. Okay, so like that they designed some applications, guys. After that, these new applications are getting more responsiveness, okay, more performance given, and within the less time developing, with less cost developing. Why means every time 200 lines not creating. So not creating means time saving. Time saving means cost saving. And less lines code you are writing means within the less time executing programming. Obviously performance increasing. Okay, less lines code you are writing means readability increasing, complexity decreasing, like n number of benefits there using this common file. Okay, so this common file finally becoming like a Django, guys. Okay, they taken this file name as a Django. Why they taken Django only means they loved one guitarist person name as Django Reinhardt. That's why they taken name as Django, where D is silent. Clear, guys? So that's why later onwards, guys, later onwards, so all the people using Django framework to get these all benefits. So in the real time, guys, all the industry people looking for, they need to save, they need to save, they need to save cost, they need to save time, they need to save cost, they need to give best performance of application. Okay, now? So remember, guys, these all points. So next, a lot of features I given, guys. So because of these all features, Django is getting more popularity. So general features, guys, ORM will there, guys. ORM layer. So one query we are writing that is common for all the databases. That is about the ORM query. Later we will discuss more clearly, guys. Django supporting all databases, guys. All databases supporting. All databases supporting MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, SQL Server, like all the DBs. Okay, and by default coming with one default database, SQLite 3. SQLite 3. Yes, I'm giving overview only here. All these queries, all these points we discussed in the last session, and material you are going to be getting, you can read it, guys. Okay. And by default admin site coming as for managing the admin site interaction related admin site application coming. This is a ready-made application, guys. Later we are going to use and also user authentications related registrations, logins, logout, this kind of all things maintaining purpose. Authentication application is there, guys. Authentication up there, authentication up there. Okay, so next, guys, more packages coming, guys. Huge modules coming, huge modules, or else simply more libraries, guys, or else more packages, or else more libraries coming. Okay, authentications related and packages related, and free open source, guys. Free and open source, free and open source. Okay, so freely we can download and we can use it. Freely we can download and we can use it. Okay. So like lot of points we discussed, guys. So forget about these all things. Okay, so now today onwards, Django installation important, guys. Django installation we need to be discussing. Django installation. So if you want to install the Django, guys, prerequisite is Python software. Python software must be required in our system. So Python software, if you want to be installing means first of all we need to download from Python downloads, guys. From the Python site we need to download and we need to install. Then we can use that Python. After installing Python, then Django we can install. Why Django installing after Python only? Means by using the Python software only, Django designed, guys. Django framework designed. Okay, now? Okay. And also, guys, in Python we have some types of modules. So one type is third party module is there. Third party module, if you want to be installed, then pip command required. Pip command required. Okay. All of you understanding what I'm telling? So Python related guys. In Python, every .py guys, every .py file we can call module guys. In Python, every .py file called as a module. So demo.py, sample.py, like these all are modules only. Okay. So we have three types of modules guys. Three types of modules. Okay. So in the last lesson, I given overview about this one. Today more clearly I'm going to discuss these all points, and the installation we will do it guys. Okay. So why means this is common for regularly guys, this concept. That's why I need to get more clarity here. We have three types of modules. So what are those guys? Give names in the chat box. If you know, give names in the chat box. We have three types of modules. Type 1 is what? Anyone? So my way of teaching guys, in the chat box you people are be ready. Okay, you need to give answers. Then I'll get confirmation. Okay, you are following. Okay, like that. Otherwise I'm getting doubt you are following or not. So one is free-defined module guys. Free-defined modules. Second one is user-defined modules. Okay, and third one is third-party modules. Okay, like three types we have. So predefined modules also called as your system-defined modules or built-in modules. So when we are installing the Python software, guys, along with the Python software, some modules coming. Those modules we are calling predefined modules. Okay. So along with Python software, some modules are coming. Okay, along with the Python software some modules coming, then those modules we are calling the predefined modules. Simply one word answer giving guys. Okay. Examples guys. Examples of predefined modules guys. What are OS module there? Okay, sys module is there, JSON module is there in Python guys, and Python RE module is there, regular expression, and the math module there, mathematical operations can do. Okay, so dates related guys, date time module is there, calendars related guys, calendar module is there, like so many modules there guys. These all modules along with Python software only coming. Whenever we are installing the Python software, along with the Python software some modules coming, then those modules we are calling the predefined modules. Okay, so for example these modules you are telling. And next guys, user defined modules. So as a developer to performing some task guys, okay, to do some logics, we are going to write our user defined code as a developer. Okay, so then those code we are writing inside one file. That file we are calling user defined module. Simply guys, so we have one requirement. My requirement is I want to take two inputs from the user. I want to find the addition of those numbers, or else the power of those two numbers, power value of those two numbers. That is my requirement. That is my task. So to achieving this task, we need to write some logics. Those logics we are writing inside one Python file. That file we can say user defined module. Okay. So as a developer, guys, as a developer, we are creating guys, we are creating some Python files. As a developer we are creating some Python files to do particular task guys. Okay, so then those files we are calling user defined modules. For example guys, what are the user defined modules means? Demo.py. When Python you are doing the practice, Lot of files you are going to be creating like this: demo.py, sample.py, example.py, add.py, addition.py, subtraction.py, like that you are going to be creating. Okay, so this last one important, guys. So third party modules means along with Python software not coming, and as a developer you are not developing. For example, myself one developer, I'm not developing. Okay, some other people developed, some other people, third party people developed, and they maintained in the web location, internet location, and we are going to use those modules, guys. We are going to use those modules. Okay, see guys here. So some third party people, they designed some modules and they are maintaining in the web application, web internet, guys. They are maintaining in the internet. So whenever we require to developing our user defined modules, we are going to be downloading and we are going to be using. We are going to be using, guys. Okay. So along with along with along with Python software, along with the Python software not coming, this third party modules, guys. And also as a developer, as a developer we are not creating, we are not creating. As a developer we are not creating. Okay, some third party, guys, some third party developers, or else some third party users, simply developers you can take, some third party developers creating some modules, creating some modules, and they are maintaining as and they are maintains and they are maintains and they are maintains in web location. They are maintained in the web location. Okay, now some third party developers creating some modules and they are maintaining in the web location. Okay, so we need to download these modules. Okay, we need to download these modules, and we can use in our user defined, guys, in our user defined modules. Okay, we can download and we can use in our user defined modules for developing the task, guys. Okay, now so now remember, guys, so we need to download these modules, I'm telling. So how to downloading means by using a pip command, guys. By using pip command, by using pip, guys. By using a pip command, we can download and installing, guys. By using pip command, we can download and installing third party modules. Third party modules. Understanding this one? So using pip command. Okay, pip command when coming? Okay, after installing, guys. After installing Python software. After installing the Python software, then along with Python, guys, pip command also coming. Then along with Python software, then along with the Python software, pip command also coming. Pip command also coming. Okay, so this is the Python software location available, guys. In Python software location, pip command available. So pip stands for guys, Python installer. Okay, or else Python installing package, simply Python installer package. Some people also call that Python package installer. Python package installer. Okay, so whenever you are using the pip command, guys, internet must be required in our system. Internet connection must be required. Why means pip is communicating to web location internet and searching for required module, downloading, installing. Okay, so here one point remember, Whenever we are downloading and installing the third-party modules, those all are available now onwards in the Python software location. Predefined Python after installing Python software, some predefined modules there in the Python software location. There only these third-party modules also storing. Okay. Later onwards, we can consider these all modules are predefined only. After downloading, it is acting like a predefined module only. Okay. So the modules which are available in the Python software location, those all are comes under predefined only. Purnachandra, understanding? So predefined modules available in the C drive Python software, third-party modules available in the web location, we are downloading and installing. Then those all are saving in the predefined modules location only. Later onwards, these all are becoming like a predefined modules only. Predefined modules we can use inside our user defined module whenever we are developing. Okay, so to developing the user defined modules, we are using sometimes a predefined module, sometimes a third party modules also. Okay, so I will show you these all points now, one explanation guys. So simply here command can say, simply open the command guys, pip install and required module name, whatever you want guys, required module name you can use. Pip install required module name syntax. Here a number of third party module names we can use it. Okay now? So now one diagram I will show you, can see guys about these three types of modules. So here my user defined guys, here my user defined module there guys. So here my user defined module there. Okay, and here my predefined module there, my predefined module there, and here my third party module there. Assumption, my third party module there. So third party modules means internet guys, am I right? So simply third party modules. So here Django is a third party module guys. Okay, Django 2x version, assumption Django 3x version, like different versions also there. So Pillow module is a one version, and PyMySQL is one module. Okay, and PyMongo is one module. Okay, like n number of module there guys. These all are modules only. So many databases there guys, MySQL, Oracle, MongoDB, SQL Server. Every database having its own module. Every DB is having its own module guys. Okay, all are available in the web location, simply like n number of module there. Okay, so next predefined modules means in the Python C drive there guys. So predefined modules, nothing but Python software location guys. Python software location C drive, in the C drive there what are available predefined modules. So for example math module is there. Okay, so date time module is there, RE module is there, JSON module is there, sys module is there, voice module. Okay, like so many there guys, blah blah blah. Okay, yes, now this is my user defined module. So here user defined module guys. Okay, my user defined module name is here for example power.py or edition.py, like this is my file name guys, assumption just this is my file name power.py. Okay, every .py file is a module, consider. Now here my intention is I want to take two numbers from the user, I want to know power value. Generally power value means guys 2 comma 3 if I'm giving, so it nothing but 2 to the power of 3 guys, nothing but how we are calculating 2 into 2 into 2, 3 times 2 value 3 times we are multiplied, that is the power guys. Okay, to the power of 3 means 2 into 2 into 2, nothing but 8. Okay, so if it is a small number, easily we can say guys values. easily we can say. If it is a big number, for example 23 and 15 I'm giving, means 23 into 23 into 23 into like that 15 times, unable to tell answer immediately. We need to use calculator. Okay, otherwise using the softwares we can design, guys. Okay, so here to find this power value, guys, two numbers related power value, I'm going to write my user defined logics. This is my task. Read the two numbers from the user and find the power of those numbers. That is the task. From the users, if you want to read data in Python, using which method you are reading? From the user, which method you are using to read the data? Input method you are using. So input of enter your first number, enter your second number, like you are asking. Okay, so I'm not writing guys here logic, simply directly values I'm taking. So x equal to something value, guys, whatever, x equal to 15. Okay, so next y equal to 10 I'm taking, means so 15 10, like two values there. These two values, if you want, you can take it, guys, using the input method. From the user, if you want, take okay, enter first number, like you can ask it. Okay, so it is asking as enter first number, you're going to enter number. That number store into one x variable. You can store into one x variable. That is from the user, if you want to take, this is the logic. Otherwise, as a developer, I only taken two numbers. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to find these two numbers addition or power value, whatever. Okay, so if you want to be find it as power value, so here math module is there, mathematical operations doing purpose math module is there. Okay, so first of all we need to be import, guys, this module into this user defined module location. If you want to import, guys, using the import keyword, we can import. Generally, all the imports top side we are importing, no problem. Anywhere you can import. So import math module, like you are importing. Okay, there is a predefined module we are importing in the user defined module location to do some task. Okay, yes. Now here, guys, z equal to math dot, in math, guys, we have power function, pow, nothing but power related function. Okay, so power of x comma y, like you can take it, math dot power of x comma y, means power value taking x value, y value. So x power of y finding as x to the power of y, nothing but 10 to the power of, 15 to the power of 10, 15 power 10, guys, simply. So 15 into 15 into 15, like 10 times multiplied, that result storing in the z variable. And this is I want to return to browser. This is I want to return to browser. Then here you can write, okay, power value is simply power is, here less space is there, guys, simply I'm taking like a power is something. So z value you are writing. Power is so and so, like you are getting. Understanding, guys? So when we are developing the user defined related logics, so here we are having tasks, guys. To achieving these tasks, sometimes we are going to be importing the predefined modules. Using the import keyword we can import, or else using the from keyword we can import. Import from keyword, Python modules concept, guys. Okay, so next, sometimes we required third party modules. For example, I want to create a Django project to developing the applications, or else I want to connect with the MySQL database, then third party module there. These third party modules not available in the Python software location. That's why we are unable to use, guys. Then what we are doing means, open your command prompt, guys. Okay, so now using the pip install third party module, whatever you want you can use it. For example, PyMySQL is a third party module. Okay, so you are using this command, guys. Then this pip command is doing what means, communicating to web location. This is the internet, guys. Communicating to web location simply. In this web location, n number of module there, searching for this required module, communicating to web location, searching for this required module, finding this required module. Okay, searching for required module, finding the required module, and downloading this required module and installing also. Everything is done by pip only. Communicating to web, searching for required module, downloading that module, installing that module. Okay, after that, this module is going to be available inside the Python software location. So here all predefined module there guys. So in these locations only, now these third party modules also guys. Now these third party modules also coming and storing here PyMySQL. Okay, so this is what third party module guys. This third party module we are downloading and maintaining in the web location. Sorry, from the web location we are taking and storing into the Python software. Now if you want to use this PyMySQL guys, we need to import. We need to import into our user defined. Okay, so now here what you are doing, import PyMySQL. Okay, I imported. Later using this module we can communicate to MySQL database. That is the Python to database communication time you are getting, how to communicating all the things. So don't worry, for our Django how communicating I will take care separately after 1-2 sessions. We have database section, that time more clearly we will discuss. Come on guys, give reply. Is this understanding everyone? The 3 modules of communicating. So n number of third party module there guys. Right now I decided to use MySQL. So I installed MySQL, that is available here. That is I imported into local, okay, in my user defined program, and I can communicate. If I want to MongoDB related, then pip install pymongo, then communicating to this one, installing this one, downloading and installing this one, and later this one I can import guys. So here pymongo coming, that is I can import here and I will use that one. Like that, to developing this user defined modules guys, user defined module related code, and number of predefined modules and number of user defined modules we can use real time development. Got it? All of you this one. So if you want you can take it one snapshot guys for this one, for just understanding purpose. Already if you know guys, that's it. Okay, already if you know, that is very happy. If anyone having doubt about this one, now remember. I means in our Django guys, n number of times third party modules we are going to be installing. This Django we are installing, this PyMySQL installing, Mongo installing, Pillow installing, some other modules also installing depending on requirement. Okay now, all of you. So simply here power value are getting using the predefined module. So these modules reducing lot of burden. Predefined modules or user defined modules guys. Reducing the predefined modules or else third party modules. Reducing lot of burden on the developers to developing their user defined modules. As a developer we are working here guys. While developing this code using this predefined module we are getting lot of time saving, lot of benefits we are getting. Okay, so that is the use of modules concept. Okay, come on give guys reply so far here, understanding everyone, all of you. So these all things general in Python learning. So if you already knows in the Python time only, that's very happy. Okay, if any doubts there anyone, you can remember now at least. Okay, now Django is also a third party command I told guys. Now my intention is I want to install the Django. So CMD means guys C drive users, your username you are getting command prompt. Simply I'm taking CMD. Okay, so now I want to install the Django. If you want to installing pip install guys, pip install Django, pip install Django. So here D silent, that's why I'm calling Django guys, so don't worry. Okay, so pip install Django. When you are using this one guys, latest version downloading and installing. So pip command guys, in the web location, Django multiple module there guys, Django related, Django 1.0 is there, Django, for example, 1.11 there. For example, just assumption guys, Django 2.0 is there, and Django latest version 3.2 is there guys. So if you are using this one pip install Django, then pip command communicating to web location, searching for Django module, finding the latest version. So many versions there. Finding the latest version, downloading this one, installing this one. Okay, na? Latest version you are getting guys. But I don't want the latest version. I want this version, or else I want this version, old version. Like any specific version if you want guys. Any specific version if you want, then here Django double equal to version number you can give it 2.0 if I'm giving. So required version downloading, and here this is a single line guys, single word, no space guys. Django double equal to 20. Actually some people previously I saw guys, in my batch only, some other previous batch, some other students, they taken like Django space 2.0 like giving. So I told also use Django. Sir, I installed Django double equal to version number, but getting errors. I means here you are taking a gap. Student taken gap previously. Okay, don't take it gap. Whatever the version you want, you can install it guys. Required version. Then pip command communicating to web location, searching for Django for this version with this version. Searching for Django with 2.0 version. Finding that, downloading that, installing that. Come on, understanding? Installation of the Django. So Python is a software guys. Separately you are downloading one exe file coming. Python related guys. One exe file coming guys. Python software related executable file coming. By clicking next, after doing some process, then Python installing. But Django is a module. Django is a module, not like a Python software. So modules using the pip command we are installing. That point remember, just you are using this pip command, everything is done by pip only, installing. We are not responsible to do next like that. And also guys, after installing the Python, Python environment variables guys, after installing Python environment variables we need to set. Okay, after installing Python, so we need guys, we need to add Python environment variables. We need to add Python path guys. We need to add Python path in environment variables into the environment variable section. Then only Python is recognized. Python is recognized by OS. But Django after installing, no need to add anything guys. After installing the Django, no need to add any Django related path in the environment variable section. Okay, now? So I hope all people knows about how to add the Python environment variables. Am I right? How to add Python path. Okay. Okay, I will show you guys. If anyone having doubt, I will show you. Then later directly we can create the project. Okay. So here somebody is asking in Windows 7 which version required. So guys, I think almost Windows 7 people are, a lot of people are not using nowadays. All people are using Windows 10 or Windows 8 something. So just you can Google it guys, in Windows 7 what version required. Okay, so 1.11 Django version working definitely, 1.11 working, 1.9, 1.11 working guys. Maybe latest versions not working. So I'm using Windows 10 guys. I'm using Windows 10 latest version. So that's why I don't know exactly right now it is working or not. Okay now? So after this session here, somebody this session I will clarify this one. Then I will clarify this one. Please wait. First, focus on the today's session. Okay. After installing the Python, we need to add the Python path in the environment variable section. So open environment variable section, guys. So here this PC is there. Right click on this PC, click on the properties, click on the properties, click on the advanced system settings, click on the environment variable section, and click on the path, guys, in the user variables or else in the system variables also. Anywhere, whatever you want, you can use it. I used user variable section. So now here Python path, guys. This is the Python path. After installing the Python in the C drive, guys, in the C drive users, username, update or local programs, Python, Python 3.7. Here Python exe is there. Python.exe is there. That is Python executable file. Python executable file. Okay. Python interpreter we are calling, guys. Python interpreter. So that Python interpreter is available here, guys. Simply python.exe. Because of this file only entire Python is working. Okay. And in this location only, guys, after in this location we have the script folder. In this script folder, guys, we have pip command, guys. We have pip command. These two paths we need to add here. Nowadays when we are installing, then automatically this environment variable section adding. So the people who are using the old version of Python or else like a Windows 7 or something, then we need to add manually. Okay. But automatically adding in the latest versions, guys. So these the two things available or not in your environment variable section. Check it, guys, and add it. That's important. Script folder Python 3.7. Here Python version is there, Python exe is there. Here Python related pip command is there. Okay. If you are installing Python 3.9 version, then 3.9 coming. Version not a problem. 3.6 or above version you can use it. 3.6 or above version, lot of benefits you are getting. Okay, now all of you, Python environment variable section. So how to taking this path if not adding by default, then how to from where you are copy and how to add here. So you can see, guys, first you can open your system C drive. In the C drive, guys, in my system Python 3.9 also I installed, but I didn't activated this one. I didn't activated. I activated 3.7. How can you? I mean, how you are getting confirmation which one is activated? So in the environment variables, right now I used only 3.7, not 3.9. Which one is there here? That is only activated. Okay. Both at a time not possible, guys. Both at a time not possible. Don't give it. Okay. Otherwise, both are getting fighting. Okay. Now in the C drive, username. In your system, your name is there. In my system, my name is there. Username. Now here, guys, a view is there. You can select this view. Click on this view. Then here one hidden items checkbox there, guys. Hidden items checkbox there here. Hidden items checkbox there. So by default, this is not checked. Then you are not going to get this one, guys. Can see here. Click on the view. Click on the hidden items checkbox. Select, guys. Then app data is going to be enabling app data. If you are not selecting this tick mark, guys, checkbox, if you are not selecting, this is by default hidden folder, not showing, not showing. So previously some student asked me, sir, in my system app data folder not showing. If you want to see this one, you need to select this. Okay, you need to click on this, you need to select this one, then enable this one. Okay. So now in this app data, local there, in this local programs there, in this programs Python there, in this Python 3.7 there version. Now here exe there. This is Python executable file, Python application. So copy this one, guys, by clicking this address bar, copy this one, and that is now you can paste here. You can paste here. Okay. So how to paste simply double click here, you can paste Control V, you can do it. Otherwise here new there, you can click new, coming here, paste it. Anyone if you don't want guys here, anyone if you don't want, select that, click on delete, going to be deleting. Like that you can do it. Okay, and next guys, here only script folder there. In this script folder, pip is there guys, pip command there. So this path also we need to give in this environment variables. Okay, so these two are mandatory. Please add all people these two. Okay, so when you are adding these things in the environment variable section, then guys, open the command prompt. Open the command prompt. So now here, whenever we are typing Python, then Python prompt you are going to be getting, Python prompt. If you are not adding the environment variable section, after entering the Python, one error you are getting here. Python not recognized as an internal or external command. This Python command not recognized, not identified, like error coming. After adding environment variables, now working here. So you can do what you want here, Python related. And if you want to come back to the command prompt, then Control Z and enter. Control Z guys. Then coming back to the command prompt. Clear so far? Okay. Now I told guys just now you need to be installed like this. Pip install Django, then latest version you are getting. Otherwise required version you can install. So in my system already I installed. You can do it guys. This command. Okay. So now if you want to know what version installed, then you can use guys Python hyphen version. Then which version of Python using? For example, I'm taking your laptop. I want to know what version you are using. Then simply open the command prompt and execute this command. Then we can get confirmation what version is there. So Django related guys. So Django related the Django hyphen admin. Then I installed a 3.0 version. Okay, 3.2 is the latest version. You can install latest version also, no problem. That's your wish. Okay. So is it clear all of you so far? So far. So and last point guys here. After installing this Django module like this, so in our system guys, Django hyphen admin admin.py like one Python file coming guys. This is our framework file name, actual name. Actual file name is Django admin.py. After installing the Django module, Django admin.py like one Python file downloading and available inside the Python software predefined modules location. In C drive Python modules there guys. There available this Django admin.py also. So for example you can see, so here guys can see here Django admin. Okay, so if you are not installing pip install Django, this is not there here in the script folder location. In the script folder location, this Django admin not there. After installing module, then only coming this one. Okay, so after adding this file into the script folder location, now onwards using this module guys, using this file we are able to creating Django project. Okay, so what is the use of Django admin file means, by using the Django admin file we can create the Django project. Understanding? So Django admin.py file coming and adding in Python script folder location guys. Okay, after downloading, after installing this Django module, Django admin.py file coming and adding in Python script folder location. Okay, so now onwards guys, now onwards using using this Django admin.py file, we can create guys. Okay, now onwards using this Django admin.py file, we can create Django projects. Django projects what you want. That is the concept. Okay, so next one, how to creating guys. How to creating Django project. That is the concept. Okay, next how to creating Django application. Different, project different guys. Next how to run the project server guys. Okay, how to run this server for this project, server for this application and thing. Okay, how to run the server, or else how to run the Django server. Okay, these are 3 points important. So these all guys from day 1 onwards. For example, today if we are discussing up to day end, regularly required this knowledge. That's why slowly we will discuss guys initial days. Once if you are getting full clarity here, then directly we can developing the applications. Okay, now that time directly I will use the commands. How to creating Django, the command is there. Directly I will use that command. So no need to explaining every time if you are getting full clarity here. Okay, now so this is the file to responsible creating the Django project I told. So how to creating, okay, that is the one command is there guys. So these commands in the next session I will tell you guys. So today's session installation only I explained. After installing what file coming, using that file what we can do, this is explained. Okay now, so modules related explained clearly. So tomorrow I'm not going to discussing again history, features, modules related guys. Directly tomorrow we will discuss about what? So from here onwards, creating project, creating application and running the server and getting one welcome message. Okay, congratulations, your Django working successfully. Like one basic page guys. Later onwards, what we want we can design it. Okay now, all of you. So up to here remember, and I will stop this recording guys, and you can ask me queries if you have any queries. And also here guys, Django duration is 45 days required. 45 days required. End of the day one project also we are going to do. So every day guys, this kind of theoretical material, ready-made material is there. So my typing material on the class related, that is I'm going to share you video links, going to share you. Okay, and the project guys in every day guys, so when we are starting the project, so in the class only like this we are going to be developing all the code guys. All the code we are going to be developing. You don't worry, I will take care everything what we created here. Okay, so like n number of files we are going to be designing guys here. CSS, nothing but front end related, back end related, database related, all together we are developing applications guys. Okay, procedure wise I will explaining, so slowly we'll get it. For example, today only your senior batch morning session, your senior batch there guys. Okay, 8 to 9:30 session there. So there in the class only I developed one article related application, home, about, contact, login, register, and bottom side this is a copyright reservation. Okay, I mean copyrights related link, and here whatever the menu you are clicking, that menu related designing. Okay, so like in the class only guys, later we are going to be providing these all things. So right now if I'm selecting HTML, only HTML filtered, actually all there here, multiple there here, out of all only particular one filtered. Okay, if I'm clicking on this name, this particular Virat Kohli created all the articles coming. So this person created 2 articles, posts by Virat Kohli, this Kohli posting 2 posts only. What are those? These 2 things. About this if you want to learn more, then you can filter. Okay, whenever you are clicking login page. Okay, So like that, section by section, guys. In the class only we are going to do. So this project 10 days time taking, guys. Developing related 10 days. So day to day, you need to be follow my guidelines. Then you are able to developing. So latest posts you are getting, latest interview questions you are getting, guys. Here, these all are Python related questions. List and topple difference, mutable and immutable, append and extend. Okay. So when we are clicking particular one, again answers coming. Like applications we can design slowly. So here this kind of menus, guys. Whatever the menu you are clicking, that menu related page, you can change it. So this is a front end related application. In our class we will do it, guys. Okay. This is just some code only I created. Like this, whatever you want, you can expand it. You can expand it. Understanding? So registrations, guys, in our class regularly we will do it. So username, if missing username require like asking. So like this we can write it, guys. First name, last name, username. Okay. These all in our class only we are going to do. So these things your senior batch related I explain right now. For your session also explaining. Batch to batch sometimes different styling providing. So stylings are our wish, guys, not fixed one. Okay, these styles, colors, all how writing, everything I will take care. Understanding? All of you. So here, finally, you're going to be becoming like a full stack developer at the end of the course. But our main target is what? Django. Okay, not UI, not backend database. But regularly we are using database related and UI related. UI means HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript is all combination, guys. Okay, now? Yeah. So, and guys, as soon as possible, you guys need to do your registration. Then, so programmatically, we will discuss, guys. And I don't want to repeat again and again same session. Here today somebody asked, is it a demo class or a regular session? Okay. So today some people may be joined, new people. That's why were you previous session related some overview given and today some new points discussed. Okay. So once programmatically starting, guys, every day fresh program we will discuss one concept, that concept related program like we are discussing after completing this session. So that concept related material, class link and project you are going to be getting. Okay, now? So please contact the online team if you want to be continue this session. Otherwise, maybe link going to change tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I too don't know exactly. That is all take caring by management people. As soon as possible, you need to be registered, guys. Already some people registered. Okay. So I think 4 people already registered. I too don't know exactly. So be registered if you want to be continue, and if you are having any queries you can ask me. I will stop now recording. Okay, that's it. Thank you, guys. And here, guys, somebody asked one query. I will tell that one. Django and Django REST API. Okay, Django REST framework asking, I think. Am I right? Somebody asking question is what? Question name is, yeah. So Django and Django REST framework. Both are different, guys, not same. Django is different, Django REST framework different, guys. Okay. So here the right now Python you are learning, guys. Python. Next Django you are learning. After Django REST API, Django REST framework. Okay. So if you are learning, guys, there is 3 things: Python, Django framework, and the Django REST framework. So Django REST framework, guys, Django REST framework we can also called as simply REST API, guys. REST API. Django REST framework, Django framework, Django REST framework. Okay. So Django REST framework also called as REST API. REST API. So 3 things if you are learning, guys, then only 100% complete Python related application you can design. You can design 100%. If you are learning only Python with Django, Python with Django, guys, only you are able to developing 60 to 70, guys, 60 to 70% of the project only. 60 to 70% of the project only using Python with Django. Remaining 40 to 30%, guys, remaining 40 to 30% code using the REST API only designing. Okay, now? All of you. So if you are not developing REST API means only 60 to 70% completing your project. With this 60 to 70%, in the real time, people are not deliver this product to public, not releasing this product to public, this project to public, guys. After adding the REST API only 100% developing, that is releasing to public. Without Django REST framework, nothing but REST API, there is no Django projects in the real time. Okay, so you can get the jobs, guys, using Python and Django, no problem. But in your resume, if you are adding the REST API also as your skill, then more interview calls you are getting and more priority you are getting compared to others. Okay, the people who knows REST API means those people already knows about the Django. But the people who knows only Django, they don't know about the REST API. That's why company people giving a high priority to REST API developers. Means these REST API developers can developing Django related coding and also REST API coding. Both can do it. That's why REST API is 100% required. And one benefit is for the Django developers, what is the benefit means? So this REST API is designed on top of this Django only. Nothing but this is my Django, guys. This is my Django assumption. So this Django containing all concepts available in the REST API. The Django concepts are all available in the REST API plus some new concepts available. This entire one is nothing but DRF, Django REST framework. So this is just overview I given, guys. And using the Django, our application related presentation we are developing using REST API, one application to another application to application communication we can do it. Nowadays real-time app-to-app communication is must be required. App-to-app communication must be required. To do that, REST API required. That's it. And when if you want to get more clarification, when Django REST API demo is going, you can attend in our Durgasoft, guys. In this Durgasoft, myself only main faculty to this REST API. Okay, now? So I'm only taking caring of the REST API, and I'm not telling guys because of teaching myself this one. I'm telling this one you need to learn like that. You can inquire any of your seniors there, your relatives there who are working. You can inquire Django REST framework importance is what. Then they will tell. Okay, now? So that's it. Any queries? Any other queries? I hope you are understanding right now about this.
Sir, do you take REST decisions?
Yes, REST API, that is separate batch, guys, not in the Django related. In the Django session, not discussing REST API. So about the REST API overview, end of the Django. So you need to learn after the Django REST API also, like some introduction giving. Okay, REST API is a separate session. Again, 1 month time we need to spend to learn that. 1 month time. So here one benefit is what means Django 1.5 month. Yes, Django 45 days required. REST API 30 working sessions required. Okay, but here after completing Django, no need to learn REST API. Okay, parallel to Django also REST API we can learn. That too after completing of some basic things in Django. After completing of 10 to 15 days sessions in Django, then you can join the REST API parallelly completing. For example, 45 days Django. After completing 15 days, so 1 more month there. So parallel you can join REST API both at a time completing. Then you are ready to interview. That's it.
Okay.
So why is Django requirements? Django REST framework designed on top of the Django. Yeah, tell me.
Will
Tell
you
me.
will you start the session simultaneously?
Sorry, come again.
So, will you start the session about REST API parallelly after
Right
after
now, not yet starting. Your batch after completing some days, then planning to start.
yes,
Okay, na?
okay sir,
Yes.
okay sir.
Previously, same day Django and REST API I started. So some other people came from outside institutes or previous batches related people joining the REST API. But current batch people are we also interested to join. But after some session, if you are starting, that is good to us like that. They informed myself also thinking same feeling. So same parallel batch people also will join after taking after 10 days if starting batch like that. That's why right now not yet decided REST API related. Okay, so Django only planning. So already running Django is also there. By combining all things, one REST API session taking. That's it.
Okay sir, okay, thank you.
And the experience, if you are putting as a lot of people putting a take experience. Experience if you are putting means 100%. No choice, guys. 1% also no choice there. 100% required to know REST API. If you are a fresher, I'm telling you have opportunity. Okay, you have option. You have option. Without REST API also, you can search for jobs. Python with Django. But once if you are stepping into the organization, once if you are joining into the company, then 100% you need to develop REST API also. Freshers also developing REST API. That's why need to learn here only if you have free time. That's it. Any other queries? And this fees related, you can contact the online team. Okay, our office people there, and you can interact with them, guys. You'll get full clarification. Okay. Any others? Otherwise, at 11:30, I have session, guys. Our session 10 to 11 only, guys. 10 to
Sir, please
11.
share.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, please share your today class link, sir. Video class.
See,
Video link.
wait. There is three videos. I mean, last two demos there and this video. This three you are getting from office team, from the office team. These video links are not storing in my location. This is a go-to training related link. Okay. So once our registration, these all things done, they are changing the link. Go to meeting link they are giving. So from that onwards, I will share you. Why means those links storing in my location. Okay, na?
Okay.
Go to training related, not storing in my location, sir. That's why I'm unable to give you. Okay, these links, if you want to contact the online team, then you will get it. Okay, and once link is changing from then onwards, I will share regularly.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
office team also they called me morning. So after this session, they will give you links. They will give me links about this batch student. So the people who are given mails to the online team, I will say to them all the material. So far, what we discussed. These all are basic things only, no problem. So tomorrow session also plan it, guys. So tomorrow basic project creating and Django having its own architecture. Okay. So about that architecture I'm discussing. When you are attending the 20 interviews, guys, 20 interviews you are going to get about the architecture question. First question, tell me about yourself. You are a fresher or experienced, that question common. Next, Django follows what architecture? Can you explain about architecture? That is in the tomorrow session. We will plan it. Okay. Yeah. Any other?
No, sir.
So here
No, sir.
somebody asked, yeah, tell me, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Or you
No,
want to
sir.
ask him something?
No, no.
Yeah, okay, okay. So here somebody asking complimentary video or something. So this information, guys, when you are interacting with the online team, you can ask them. Okay. And also the people who wants only videos also, guys. Okay. So my videos also will share you by office team. Okay, this is all live class related only. So you can take those also. But instead of taking only videos, if you are attending the classes, then more clarity you will get it. More clarity you will get it. Okay, now? So right now only your senior batch project related coding started. So here huge lines of code going to be starting as regularly. So day one something, day two something, day three something like that. N number of HTMLs, n number of lines of code going to be writing. This is all everything live code we are doing. Like this, if you are doing practice, guys, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4 projects, then real time by putting experience also you can handle it.
Sir, your recorded videos will be shared by Google Drive, sir, daily basis.
Yes, yes, yes. Office team will give you the recorded videos related access, guys. Okay. So myself also I'm giving the videos links. Okay. So I mean sometimes maybe because of the busy schedule, today class immediately maybe not sending by office team. Okay. Then myself also I'm sharing to your mails. So I'll take all the people who are attending this batch, your mails I'm going to take to those mails directly material, all the things I'm only sharing. So office people only giving the videos related access only. Okay, links only, guys. Material and the projects, all the things are sharing by myself only regularly. That's why mails I'm going to take.
Sir, till how
Okay,
many days? Okay, sir. Till how many days those videos will be accessed by?
yeah,
Sir?
office people giving videos 6 months working, guys. 6 months working. 1.5 month course we are learning. So again 4.5 months there for doing the practice. I think that's enough. Within the 6 months you need to be success first of all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
now.
Yes.
And right now I'm taking one REST API batch, guys. So in that batch 25 people there almost. So already not all people, guys. In every batch, for example 100 people, that means 100 people not getting job. I'm not telling all people getting job like that. So in that batch, guys, 4 people already selected. Batch also not yet completed. Batch is still going. 4 people selected. Okay. So how they are selecting means those people, not only those people, some other people also doing very well practice, but you need to do regularly day to day practicing. Whatever the link I'm sharing, whatever the material I'm sharing, first of all theoretical material I'm sharing, everyday concept related. So those all points you need to read and come to next class. Then next class related, easily you are understanding and also you are feeling comfortable. Yes, Django, I can do it. I can get job like that. Confidence you will get it. But some people, guys, whenever I'm sharing to your mail, not at downloading also, not downloading also. I got that experience previously. Some people asked, today I'm sharing after 1 week, sir, so and so date. Can you please share me? I didn't download it previously. In my mail also not finding like that. Something reasons they are telling. Okay. So that is not correct. Day to day do practice, then you will success, guys. Then you will get success. So one student, lady, Ayesha, one name is there, one lady. So she giving a very well reply every day. In the chat box, guys, my way of teaching here, I'm asking your confirmation. You are saying correct or wrong. That is not a matter. No one is giving here prize if you are telling correct. No one is giving punishment if you are telling wrong, Ayesha. Okay. So as a faculty, I'm getting confirmation. Okay, you are following or not. If not following, then somewhat slowly telling or again and again telling like something changing my teaching. So if you are giving reply very well means then more programmatically we are discussing. Okay. So that's why be ready in the chat box, you all people. So and myself also, I'm not asking different concepts. Whatever I'm teaching in the class about those things, what I'm expecting from you. And sometimes in middle guys, Python related, for example, Python list concept there, append method there, extend method there. Sometimes we are using in our coding Django. So that time using append method, what we can do, using extend method, what we can do, like giving revisions also. Okay. So one particular session I will give you also guys. I mean previous batches so many times I taken like this Python related also, just like interview questions related. I mean not exactly interview questions related. For example, today our session within the off session only completing. Remaining off session, so like not off session. If 10 minutes, 15 minutes, if time is there, Python related, some questions related, I will ask. So that time you will get confirmation what is your level. Okay, how to do practice more, like you will get it. So here only I'm giving guys information. If you want, you can check it. So append method guys versus extend method. Okay, so here index method guys, index method versus find method. Okay, so index method versus insert method. Little bit difference there guys. Lot of people are taking in interviews. I asked hundreds of times in the class. Okay, in offline batches I asked, online batches I asked. Okay, so only some few people only given all the replies correctly. Lot of people giving different answers. Okay, so sort method versus sorted, sorted. Reverse method versus reversed, okay. So remove method versus discard method. This is a very important method guys. Discard, do you know about these two things? Last, remove and discard. Remove method versus pop method, pop method versus pop item method. Okay, now okay, like not only this, lot of methods there guys. So these all are looks like a similarity, getting small difference, getting confusing. Both are adding purpose only. When we are going for this, when we are going for this, important. So these are both are removing purpose only. Then when we are going for this, when we are going for this, both are reversing purpose only. Okay. So confusing is there. If you are having that clarity, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, now?
Sir, I have one query, sir. Sir,
yeah.
Sir, can we expect that after completion of this Django course, will we become as a full stack developer, sir?
See, I'm telling, I'm not giving guys wrong words here. So majorly Django related you are getting here. Okay. So for this, for example, this is application with front end guys. Okay, with the front end. So home menus, about menus, here about the Python, like designing. Okay. So like this, if you want to be designing, that is you are getting. So here HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, these all things we are using. Okay, and database knowledge also we are using. So our main target here, Django related. Separate UI course there, front end related. Separate database course there, DB related. Okay, so all together if you are learning, that is a full stack related. For our Django learning purpose, what level required, how much concepts required, what concepts required, UI related, those things I will take care. Okay, if you want to learn more completely, then separate batches you need to join. Then only you are going to be becoming a like a full stack developer 100%. Okay, now?
Yes, sir.
So here registrations related, logins related, creating forms related, updating forms related. For example, one employee data is there. I want to create new employee data, update, delete, with these all things purpose, presentation, how can developing. Here menus there, how designing these menus. Okay, tables we are creating, table format, data displaying. So then tables how we are displaying. For example, here, this is the table, guys. Okay, table format. So when clicking update button, then update will form. So if you want to update, first of all, you need to be login. Like this kind of things handling here. Okay, na? So separate UI batches going. Only UI only taking as 1 month to 45 days. Minimum 1 month taking separate UI batches. But here total Django we are learning how many days? 45 days. So you can understanding.
Sir, full stack means Python plus Django plus HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Is it enough, sir?
Yeah, all together. Yes. Python,
Yes.
Django, REST API, these all are backend related, front end related, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, all combination there. Okay, and backend side database related, any one database at least.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, na?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other queries, guys? Otherwise, I will stop now at 11:30. Have this session. Already it's more than 11:30. Okay, I think no queries now.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.